Hello, everyone. Welcome to our meeting today. Michael William is here, and all of our leaders are here to help us answering a lot of questions. Today is September 8th, 2022. We're so glad that you're here with us. As the OnPassive team grows, the new founders or the old founders have waken up and said, I'm ready to roll my sleeves and I'm ready to stay plugged in. I'm ready to learn. And that's why we have this webinar here, just so that we can help as many people as possible. As we go through this meeting, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you, all the leaders that worked fearlessly behind the scene, on the screen in the last 4 years, some few months. You know who you are. You have working so hard to share, to grow our community together. As our community grow, we see that there are needs to go over information or to clarify information, which a lot of people still have some confusions. Therefore, we have this meeting. These questions or answer may be very repetitive for a lot of people who are plugging in, but I'm certain that there are still so many people need to have these information. So as I asked from the very beginning, if we could, once this one is recorded and put it out there, if we all could take it and share it, broadcast it to your organization, share it as much as possible, just so that we get everyone on the same page so that we can move forward to the next stage, right? Today, everybody knows that Julie Nguyen has a hard time shortening her questions or shortening the way how she clarified things. It's not my strong suit. Therefore, I'm asking Michael Williams to be here. We have Michael William, we have Marty, we have Peter, we have Chris, and we have other leaders here as well. But tonight, I would like to focus on clarifying things. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Michael William. If you could please say a few words welcoming all our friends, and then from then on, we can go right into questions and answer. Michael?
Thanks, Julie. Welcome, everyone. Certainly is a happy, sad day, of course, to all those who are, mourning the passing of Queen Elizabeth II. She certainly was a great leader to many around the world, and over 70 years or around 70 years of her reign. So I guess we look to see what the next chapter coming out of the UK is going to be like. But one thing we do know is that OnPassive is here, OnPassive is strong, OnPassive is going to make a difference. That much we know. So it certainly is bittersweet being on here tonight, but I'm sure we'll get through it and we'll do our best because we are OnPassivians.
Thank you so much, Michael, and absolutely our condolences to England and all of the founders from there as well. We appreciate you. Let's get started. Michael, we have heard a lot of the statements, and we really like you to actually give us a clarification or explaining. What does that mean by it's done deal? It's all done for you. You don't need to do anything.
Okay. It's a done deal. It's all done for you. Okay. So I look at my grass, right, on our home. Okay. And so there's quite a bit of grass. And so, when the contractor comes, or when we made the contract anyways for them to do the grass, they're cutting the grass, they're taking care of the weeds, they're making sure that it's fertilized, right? So everything that goes into caring for the grass so that it looks nice and green, nice and pretty. When my wife looks out, she likes what she sees, okay? So they say it's, they're doing everything for us. So we don't have to go out there and do anything where the grass is concerned, okay? So everything is done for you. Likewise, and on passive, what the company is saying is that when it comes to the sales process, when it comes to making sales, okay, first of all, you have to have a business. You have to be able to sell something, okay? So we don't have to create the business. We don't have to create the products, okay? All that's being taken care of for us. Then, okay, you have to be able to have a presence on the internet if you want to sell online. If you want to sell globally, you need to have a digital presence, okay? So you need to have a domain name, you need to have a website, you know, so the creating of all of that, okay? So putting everything together. And once you have all that set up, okay, then where are your customers coming from? Okay, so you have to have traffic, you have to have visitors, okay, potential customers. People need to see what it is that you're offering. So all of that is the sales process, okay? And then to consummate the sale, okay, we know that you're going to also have questions, right? So your customers are going to have questions. Who's taking care of all of that? So when we say it's, you know, like everything is done for you, we're talking about the entire sales process. Right? Most people are not good at selling, right? So all of that is done for you. Okay, it's a done deal. It's a done deal means that people don't need to be concerned, you know, am I going to make any money? Don't need to be concerned about that because it's a done deal. If everything is being done for you, if the sales is being generated by using our AI technology, then people don't need to worry about that. Okay, they can rest assured that the entire sales process from A to Z is being taken care of for them. Right? So that's why we can say, yes, it's a done deal.
Thank you, Michael. All right. So there are still people wondering, why do I have to go out there and get customers or resellers when on passive launch? Is it really suggested or recommend that I share my link, my personal link now? Or do I wait until the referral link come out? Do I share it? Why should I do that?
So as we've just finished explaining that the entire sales process is done for you, which simply means you don't have to, okay? You don't have to go out there and get customers. You don't have to go out there and get, you know, resellers, any of that. It's not a have to. Okay, will people do it? Absolutely. Absolutely, I'm going to share this information before, after, during, all the time. I'm going to be sharing information about this business that we have. Why? Because this is what everyone needs, okay? Not just want, this is what they need, okay? So that's why I certainly will do it, and I know a lot of other founders will do that as well, but it's not a have to. Why? Because the technology, we have the technology. We have a company that is caring, that says, we got your back, we got you covered, so we're going to take care of that. As far as your links now, again, that's a personal choice. Some folks are sharing their links right now. Just make sure that when you're doing that, though, make sure you have some things in place. Make sure you have a way for these individuals to contact you, because there is no registration on these links that you may be sharing, okay? So you want to have a way for them to contact you. So your contact information should be there, depending on where you're posting that link, depending on how you're sending the link, etc. Always make sure there's a way for those individuals to get back to you at some point, whether now or in the future. Okay, and if they get back to you now, then obviously you have to make sure that they know that no, you can't register right now, the doors are closed. But guess what? As soon as the doors open again, I will certainly, you know, let you know. You'll be one of the first to know. Okay, so that's what people have to do where that is concerned.
Thank you, Michael. There are statements or words that's been out there sharing, and a lot of people that not truly plug in or just came into OnPassive community have asked, what does that mean by when our CEO said, we will do or die? Or in referring to our tech team behind the scenes who building the Superiors, you know, products, they said, or Mr. Mufareh, and them committing to Mr. Mufareh said, deliver or depart. Could you explain those two, I would say, statements?
Sure. All right. So do or die. So that's our CEO. He coined that phrase, basically saying there's only two things that's going to happen. Either one, okay, the job gets done, or two, he dies. Okay. Now, that's just stating the level of commitment that he has towards this. Okay. He's going to give it his all. He's going to do everything that's possible to make sure the job gets done. There is no failure. Okay. That's not an option. It didn't say I'm going to do it or I'm going to fail. That's not what was said. Okay. Again, this is what brings confidence in what we're doing. Okay. It's a matter of, no, I'm doing everything, blood, sweat, tears, the whole 9 yards, all my resources, finances, everything has been put into this business. My time, right? My expertise, everything is being put into this to make sure the job is done. Okay. So it's do it or die. There is no other alternative. Okay. And we certainly hope he doesn't die. And we're praying for that all the time, you know, that we want him to be here to enjoy all the fruits of his hard labor. Deliver or depart, that's more from the staff standpoint. And again, that's showing their level of commitment, whereby, okay, they're given a task, their intent is to deliver, okay, what is asked of them, okay? They're going to basically do the same thing, do it or die, but it's not from the die standpoint, it's from a depart standpoint, meaning they'll resign. You know what, if I can't produce, I'm willing to resign. That's how committed I am at my task, okay? And you can't ask for anything more than that from any staff. And this is why Mr. Ashmafara, you know, he refers to them as his partners, okay? Because that's the level of commitment. That's the type and quality of people that are being hired within OnPassive, right? To have that, you know, profound statement to say, I'm going to deliver or I'm going to depart. Okay, I'm going to deliver, I'm going to produce, or I'm willing to resign. Okay.
Thank you, Michael. And I believe, based on what we heard, we all owed to our Mr. Mufara and our tech team our appreciation. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you, Mr. Mufara, and our tech team for your convictions, your determinations, and your commitment to literally taking care of many, 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 many people's futures and legacy generations to come. So I'd like to also take this time, if founders, if you're currently taking notes on this meeting, please also put down that you want to remind yourself to go to O Network after the meeting or anytime you have. If you think how blessed you are to be here, to be having this opportunity, let's, you know, go to O Network and say as many appreciations, words, you know, how you're feeling to appreciate our CEO and our tech team, because they are literally deliver or depart, or to our CEO, do or die. So you have that level of commitment to your role as the founder of OnPassive. And so I encourage everyone to do that. Thank you so much, Michael. Let's move on to registration date and activation. First questions I'd like to ask you, please explain the benefits of registration date. For example, if one was to register in, let's say, March 2020, and the other were register in July 2022, what are the benefits for the people that was registered earlier in 2020 or 18 or whatnot?
Okay. So first of all, every account in OnPassive is a valuable account, okay? Every single one. If you registered on the last date, which I believe was June 22nd of this year, 2022, that's a valuable position. Do not give it away. Do not lose it, okay? Because every single one of us, from the very first person that joined in July of 2018 to that very last person that joined in June 2022, June 22nd, 2022, okay? Every single one of us combined, we are gonna be in that 0.1%, not even 1%, I'll say 0.1% of the totality of this company, okay? So at what time in your history have you ever been in the top of a company, okay? And we're not just talking about any company, we're talking about a mega giant company, okay? So that's first and foremost, understand that, okay? But of course, there are some priority given to those who saw the vision back in 2018. They got in when there was nothing, the 2 videos, et cetera. It was just a thought, okay? So we have to understand that. Otherwise, like, no one would join. Like, if all of us could have just waited and joined, June 22nd, 2022, right? So it only makes sense. It's logical, folks, okay? But it doesn't mean that, well, I don't want my 2021 account. I'm just going to try and get a 2018 account or a 2019 account or some nonsense like that. No, of course not. Every single position is valid, okay? But we do know that there is something that was talked about, referred to as, overflow, okay? And so overflow is going to benefit everyone, including the ones who joined in this year, 2022. It's going to benefit everyone, right? To me, people should just try and keep this business as simple as possible. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't overthink it. Break it down to simplicity. The fact that you're in, it means you're going to win. If someone gets there faster than you, that's okay. We're all going to win. It's not like only the first person wins and everybody else is second place, third place, fourth. No, in OnPassive, as a founding member, all of us are winners. Okay, all of us are winners, and that's a beautiful thing. But yes, someone who has a 2020 account, for example, if that's what they're working with, and someone who joined January 2022, okay, it's a tongue twister, right? Then that person, if everything is equal, right, then that person will get to their goal faster. That's all that means. Okay, but there's lots of scenarios that I can present to you as to why that person who joined in January or February or March, anytime this year, 2022, can get there faster than someone who joined in 2021 or 2020. Okay, there's lots of scenarios I can present. Okay, so because it's all about sales, folks, that's what you have to keep in mind. We make money based upon sales. So let's suppose I joined, the very last day of this year, right? June 22nd, 2022, right? And I decide now to go to work. I decide now to start making plans of who I'm going to invite to become a customer within this business, because I understand the various products that we're going to have. And I start to put together my list, and I start to contact these individuals and prepare them for a tsunami that's going to happen, prepare them for the next giant that's going to be on the scenes. You understand? And all of a sudden now I'm starting to build this massive network, okay? And somebody who joined July 2018, they're just sitting there, well, hey, I joined, I got my account, I'm good. And they're not taking any action, right? But here's this person who joined in June of 2022, and they're taking massive action, you understand? Or I could have someone who joined, March of this year, and that person says, wow, we're gonna get targeted traffic, guaranteed visitors. You know what? I'm gonna start saving up my money because I'm gonna buy as much traffic as possible from the company, right? Once the doors are open. And that person just continues to buy traffic, buy traffic, buy traffic, buy traffic. So they're getting so much traction, so many visitors coming to their site once it's all set up. And as a result of them driving so much traffic there, they're starting to get a lot of customers. You understand? So there's lots of possibilities, folks. The bottom line is the company cannot guarantee what is going to happen as far as how much money you'll make, how many customers you're going to have, but we can guarantee the traffic, right? And as long as we're getting traffic, we're going to win, okay? So, it's not as straightforward as people think. It's not as cut and dry as people think. Well, I have a 2018 account, so I'm better than you because you have a 2022 account. It's not cut and dry like that, folks. There are a lot of scenarios, okay? But we don't want to, kill it to death, right? Kill it to death. All right. we don't want to belabor the point, right? So the bottom line is every single account that's in OnPassive is a winning account. And why would you give away or why would you discard, a winning account? You just wouldn't do it. Doesn't make any sense. All right.
Perfect. Thank you, Michael. We're going to go a little bit further into traffic in a little bit. But I like to go into something called the activation period, let's say. Okay, so a lot of people have questions, let's say I have an organization that I build when I joined OnPassive. Let's give it a date, March 2020, right? But I also bought other positions, let's say 2018, 2019, those positions that were before the date I joined OnPassive. Now, when it comes to activation fee, what should I do? Should I activate the account that I've been focusing on building, or should I activate the earlier position, given the fact that I can only afford to activate one account at a time?
Okay. So, as I just mentioned, every single account is a winner, right? So we got that. Now, do I have to make a choice? The reality is, I don't have to make a choice. I don't have to just choose one. I may think I can't afford 2 accounts. Chances are you can't. I believe everyone in OnPassive certainly can, okay? And it's in your best interest to activate both of them, okay? And I'm gonna tell you why. Just if you caught what I just said, okay? If you caught what I just said and the scenarios that I was presenting, right? There is no guarantee that, because I have a 2018 account, so I'm gonna activate that one, but not activate the one where I have an organization or a team or whatever, right? Because that's the one, I can only afford one of them. So I'm gonna choose that one, okay? There is no guarantee, you understand, that that's the one that's going to be, the faster one, okay? There's no guarantee. Listen to the words that I'm saying, okay? I'm using those words for a specific reason. There's no guarantee. Okay, that's the key word there, right? Now, on the flip side, I can activate the account that has a team on it. Again, depends on the size of the team. Now, you're telling me now, let's suppose, let's not call names, but let's say you have 100,000, on your team based upon all your activities and so on, okay? And so you're telling me that you're not going to activate that one? Of course, you're going to activate that one, right? But here's the thing that people have to keep in mind. Every account, right? Every account will be generating income. Okay, every account will be generating income. Okay, once you activate one, okay, it's generating income. If I have an organization on another account, guess what? Other people within the organization are activating their accounts, so income is being generated. Now, can I withdraw that income? That's a different story now. Okay, but it's there, it's mine. It doesn't disappear. It doesn't go somewhere. It doesn't roll up to the company. None of that stuff. Okay. So either scenario, right? To me, this is, whoever, dreamt up this question, people are trying to make things too difficult for themselves. The easy answer is I'm going to do whatever I need to do to make sure I can activate both accounts right away. That's what I'm going to do. If that was my scenario, if that's what I was faced with, and I believe I can only afford one, we have all this time to save the money, right? You go, okay, you know what, kids, listen. You're not going to McDonald's for a couple months, like whatever the case may be. Dear, I can't take you out for dinner, for the next 4 Saturdays or whatever. You understand? People can do whatever they need to do. There's things that they can do to get the money to make sure. Our CEO has made sure that the price for these packages are going to be such that no one will be able to say they can't afford it. Okay, no one is going to be able to say that. Okay, so people have to keep that in mind as well. So again, it's not something that is cut and dry. It's not, take the 2018, or no, take the one that has an organization from 2020. It's not cut and dry like that, folks. Okay, there are unseen things that we don't know about. Okay, that when people start to generate their income, they're like, wow, I didn't know it was going to be like that, and they're going to be happy. The thing about OnPassive is that whatever your income goal is, you're going to be making more than that. You are, just based upon how the company is structured, just based upon what the CEO is trying to accomplish, enabling people to become wealthy. Folks, we have, in I think the last webinar that he was on, if not the last one, the one before, where it says that people weren't thinking big enough. He's telling us we're not thinking big enough. Okay, so think bigger, folks, and find a way to activate all of your accounts.
Thank you, Michael. And I think that's one of the reasons why he keeps saying, looking at the values of OnPassive is offering. And he has also mentioned values. What follows value? Money, right? So focus on the values that OnPassive is offering. All right. The last questions on that part is Ash always said, as we there's a lot of people asking questions, discussions on domain name. Which one should I do? So Ash always said, everyone will know your name. Does it really mean that I need to choose my own name when I purchase a domain name, or purchase something that's short and easy to remember kind of domain? Or should I just wait until I receive further details and or packages as it's available for us to purchase?
Okay, so here's the thing where domain name is concerned. First of all, it doesn't have to be your name, okay? Right out the gate. It doesn't have to be your name. That's a choice, okay? You can have a nice little phrase, you know, juliesnowwealthy.com, whatever it's going to be. juliesnowretired.com, juliegreatestmom.com, whatever the case may be, okay? It doesn't have to be juliewin.com, okay? It doesn't have to be your name, right? That's gonna be a choice, okay? But, you know, when he's saying, you know, everyone's gonna know your name, it's because it's not about OnPassive. It's about you as the individual. You're the one that's the hero. You're the one that people think, wow, you created this website, you created this business, you, as opposed to OnPassive website, OnPassive business, OnPassive, right? So that's why he's saying everyone's gonna know your name. It's about you, okay? But you don't have to use your name for the domain name. Now, here's the thing I wanted to say in addition to that, right? Now, think of the business model, right? If I was to go out there and start a business on my own, okay, there's no OnPassive. I'm starting a business on my own, okay? It's gonna be more important for me to be careful in the name that I choose, okay? So I'm gonna want something that is short. I don't want something to be too long, right? I want something that is short. Your name is usually short, right? But, you know, Amazon.com, right? OnPassive.com, ofounders.net. Those are short, right? See how short they are, right? Very short. People will catch it. You know, wealthywhatever.com. You know what I mean? Simple stuff, okay? But with OnPassive, with our model, remember now, we're getting guaranteed traffic, okay? So it means no matter what that domain name is that you choose, you're getting guaranteed traffic to it, okay? Doesn't matter what you choose. But if I'm on my own, outside of OnPassive, it does matter because I have to make sure that it's optimized for the search engines. I have to make sure people are gonna remember it because I have to attract visitors. So if I don't know how to get guaranteed visitors, guaranteed traffic, I have to find a way, and one of the ways is with the domain name that you're actually going to use. So that becomes more important, okay? That's why some of these domain names sell for in the millions, just for a name, right? In the millions, okay? People will pay for a particular name, but that's not what we're going after, okay? We're not going after that. So with us, right, people say, well, you have 1.4 million, you know, how are they going to come up with different domain names and this and that? At the end of the day, it's not that serious, okay? Because of the guaranteed traffic. Doesn't matter how ugly the name is, bad the name is, none of that matters because you're going to be getting a fixed amount of traffic coming to you and you can keep on buying more as you so choose, okay? So just keep that in mind.
Another little funny question too is that a lot of people think that the name will be on billboard, will be on the sky, will be on everywhere. That means that you're probably going to see Julie Nguyen and billboard. And is that true? Because it's kind of like, you know, conversations and things that talked out there.
Well, when it comes to traffic, right? I mean, you can have traffic anywhere you want. You as an individual, you know, once the wheels start turning, folks, okay, and your business is generating income, okay, one of the smart things that you want to do is to take some of that money and put it back into advertising, put it back into marketing, put it back into traffic, okay? And traffic can come from so many different places. It can come from a billboard, okay? So you could go rent a billboard in your neighborhood, right, as an example, and put up your whatever your domain name is. So if it is Julie Wen, you can go put it up, right? Now think of the impact that will have. It doesn't mean that these people know the kind of income that you're bringing in, folks. So no need to be alarmed. Oh, my name is out there. That's okay. Okay, it doesn't mean that, right? Do we not know, the Forbes richest people? Don't we know their names? Okay, are they not fine? They're fine, right? You understand? So don't try to put things in your head and conjure up stuff that is not even a reality, right? But certainly you can put it. You can go print off 1 million flyers, hand it out in your neighborhood, okay? And if it's whatever your domain name is, because that's what you're going to be promoting, okay? And you can give it all in your neighborhood, right? So there's lots of things that you can do, but as far as the company is concerned, right, the company will be having a variety of ways, variety of means of getting our domain names out there to ensure that we're getting the traffic that is so needed. Okay, but you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine, though, folks. Don't worry about where your name or domain name is going to be.
Personally, I would put money back into our system so that OnPassive can do the traffic, can run the traffic for me. That would be my personal preference. So, all right, let's move on to purchasing packages. Could you please explain how the purchasing packages work? As a founder, is it required that I need to purchase a package? Do I buy any packages I can afford, or do I buy it as needed? And what form of payment will the company allow for us to purchase in package? Would it be crypto? Would it be fiat? Giving the information that we've known so far.
Okay, so we know that there's going to be multiple packages, right? So whether it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we don't know the number. Okay, all that is still being worked on, folks. Okay, but whatever the number is going to be, we know obviously there's going to be a basic package, let's call it. Okay, so meaning the lowest package, whatever that number is going to be. Right, so people have a choice, right? People can choose whatever package that they can afford. Okay, so if you want to get the granddaddy of them all, you get the largest package that's available. Okay, if you want to get the smallest one, you get the smallest one, right? So it's going to be your choice as to how you get started. Okay, that's just getting started. Eventually, you want to have everything. Okay, eventually you want to have everything, but certainly you don't want to overextend yourself. Okay, don't go buy something you can't afford to buy. Okay, that would not be wise. Okay, so stay within your budget, and I'm sure there will be something for every budget on this planet. Okay, there will be something. Okay, a guy like Marty who wants to go out and spend $1 gazillion, he'll have the opportunity to do so. A guy like Chris Johnson who don't want to spend no money, hey, guess what? He's going to be able to get the smallest package. Okay, someone like Julie Wen that wants to be in the middle, hey, she'll be able to get something in the middle. You understand? So it doesn't matter, folks. So again, it's just another thing that people don't need to worry about. Our CEO, again, we say he has a big heart, all of that. So everything is taken care of for us. Okay. As far as how will what payment option is going to be there? Yeah, I believe crypto will be an option. Okay, we can use crypto now, so I don't see why we wouldn't be able to use it then. Okay, and obviously we use fiat now. People use their credit cards, and I imagine we'll be able to use their credit cards as well. So, people are comfortable and people are able to use the option that's available to them today. So I don't see any reason why that will change in the future as to what we use. I think that was everything from that, Julie, I think.
Yes, that is. Another part to that question is that, is it a must or is it a requirement for founder to purchase a packet or product? If that individual or that founder doesn't purchase a package or a product, does it affect the ability for them to receive the commissions?
Okay, so there are some founders who are confusion, I have to activate, and I have to purchase products, and I have to get a subscription. Okay, so get all those terminologies out of your head. Okay, you will have to spend money to start your business. Okay, and so when we talk about to activate your account, it's the same as saying you need to go buy products. It's the same as saying you need to purchase a product package. They're all the same thing. The subscription, they're all the same thing. It's one thing. It's not multiple things that you'll have to do. Okay, it's one thing. But you will need to do that though. Where is the traffic going to go, right? If you didn't purchase a domain name, where's it going to go? You understand? Where is your business if you didn't start off by having a location for your business? Because that's what your domain name does. It sets up your website. Okay. So we do have to purchase products. You cannot withdraw any commissions that is earned if you have not purchased that particular product. Okay. So let's suppose I purchased the domain name, I purchased some traffic, and that's all I've done. Right. And then I have these customers that are coming to my site and they're buying OConnect, they're buying, OTracker. Okay. They're buying other products that I did not purchase. Okay. So what's going to happen is that, yes, I'll generate commissions, but I cannot withdraw those commissions. I can only withdraw the commissions based on the products that I purchased. Okay. So first of all, yes, we have to purchase products. All of us, every single one of us as founders, we're all going to be customers. Every single one of us. Why? Because we purchased a product. We buy products, we're customers. Okay. And some of these products are used to set up your business. Okay. So it's important. It's not something that's suggested. It is a must. It is mandatory. Okay. Right. That we have to purchase products. All right. But again, it will be in your budget. So no need to worry about it. All right.
I love it. And thank you so much for clarifying those terms. So I thank you. I know there's a lot of people are asking different terms, but we appreciate you, Michael. All right. The last question for that part is, as founder, do we always have the ability to purchase products before the public?
Yes. That's one of the benefits we get as founders. Okay. So every product that a company is going to offer is going to be presented to us first. We get to purchase them and so on. Okay, so we'll get first dibs, all right, as founders.
Thank you.
That was a short one.
Yeah, that is a short one. All right, let's go into something exciting. Compensation plan.
Oh boy.
All right. So Ash has mentioned briefly in the last meeting about compensation plan, and many founders received that information as if founders reseller will be receiving 50%, right, of the purchase price. Is that information misinterpreted from the founders, or is that correct?
Okay, 50%. Well, let's make it clear for everyone, okay? Let's say someone comes to your site and they purchase OConnect, right? And let's say it's $300. I'm not saying it's $300, folks. This is just an example, okay? I just want to put a number because maybe it'll help understand, okay? So let's say it's $300 the customer paid, okay? So what our CEO has said to us is that 50% will go to the company. So that's pay the staff, the bills, all of that stuff. Make sure the company's going to be here long term, right? All of that, okay? And, the other 50% is going to go towards the founders then, okay? Founders, resellers, okay? Now, in that scenario, we have $150 that's going towards the founders, not to one single person. Okay, meaning if it went to my site, I'm not getting $150 in commissions. Okay, that's not what that means. If it was $200 as the purchase, I'm not getting $100. If it was $100, I'm not getting $50. Okay, out of that 50%, okay, a percentage will go towards the actual individual who made that sale. Okay, meaning if it came to my site, there's going to be a percentage out of that I would receive, okay? Because the sale was made through my particular site. I paid for the traffic. As a result of me purchasing that traffic came to my site, a sale was generated from that, okay? So therefore I receive a percentage. I didn't say 1%, I said a percentage. So whether it's 5, 10, 15, 27, who knows? Okay, it's not important. Okay, it's not important. Just know that anytime a sale goes to your site, you're making money, right? And then you're going to have other percentage within that 50%, okay, that's going to be shared up with the founders. Okay, so it didn't say founder, founders, which is plural, which means that a sale comes in, more than one founder or reseller will benefit from that. Okay, that's what that means. Okay, so don't walk away thinking, oh man, I'm going to make 50% on every single sale I make, right, in this company. Okay, and to be honest, you don't want that. You want the leveraging factor. Okay, you're going to make far more money. This is all part of trusting the process, trusting the CEO, trusting the company, knowing that however the compensation is going to be structured, it's going to be in our best interest. It's going to be to benefit us, not to benefit the company, not to benefit the CEO. It's going to be to benefit us. All right.
Perfect. Thank you, Michael. I think you went on to a couple more points that I mentioned, but I wanted to ask you really quick. So timestamp and overflow, still the things that are happening in our pay structure. Am I correct? I know
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead, please.
The answer is yes.
Yes.
You want more? Okay, so timestamp is important, which, we mentioned that earlier without, saying timestamp, okay? So it's important that a person, made up their mind, caught the vision, and jumped in when they did, okay? That's important. Even the person who was the last person that came in, okay, think about it. Timestamp is important. That person became a founding member, right? As opposed to, not making that decision and waiting until the company starts to sell to the public and then coming in as a customer and then a reseller, right? So timing is everything. And so the join date, timestamp, it's important. That's why it's recorded in our profile, okay? If it wasn't important, why bother put it there, right? If you go and you sign the NDA today, let's say you have to re-sign the NDA, when you go sign it or re-sign it, it's going to be the date that you actually sign. Okay, but that does not override your join date. You understand? So you'll see a date on your NDA, okay, but it may not correspond to your actual join date that's under your profile, okay, which tells me that your join date on your profile is important. Okay, it will play a role. There's no doubt about that. All right. And then the other part was you said timestamp and what was the other part?
Overflow.
Overflow. Yeah. So, and I mentioned that briefly. That yes, overflow is there. It is part of the structure. Okay. And again, it just comes back to, now I'm probably going to say this over and over and over again, right? Trust in the process, trust in the CEO, trust in the company. Everything about this company is to help people, right? Which includes compensating them. We decided to get in. We decided to take the journey. We decided to be loyal to the company. The company's going to reward us for that. You understand? So it's important. So the company will structure this as best as possible to make sure the majority of people, get the most out of it. And I say majority, I didn't say all. Get the most of. I said the majority, okay, because some folks are sleeping, unfortunately, okay? And so if they're sleeping, well, they're probably going to continue to sleep, right? But the ones that are awake, the ones that are paying attention, okay, they will maximize this, right? Not just from a financial standpoint, but just even the benefit, the joy, the experience that you're getting along the way in this journey, right? Folks, enjoying the journey, right? It makes a difference. You will be able to tell stories, okay? Valuable stories to your friends, to your family. You're going to be so proud of On Passive that you're going to want to tell the entire world about it, okay? You may think that, oh, I'm not telling nobody about this. I'm just going to sit there and be passive and blah, blah, blah. I promise you, you're going to be so proud of this business that you're in that it's like you're going to feel compelled to tell the world about OnPassive. You're going to. And especially if you want to speed up your success, oh, you will, because it's going to be so easy, folks. It's going to be the easiest thing you've ever done in your life. Okay? It's going to be so easy. It's not even funny. It's not exaggeration. It's not hyping up anything. It's just reality. Okay? It's just reality.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Michael. The next question is a projection question. And then once you answer that, and I'll bring in another point, but the projection question is, if, let's say that you could give us your thoughts or your projection, if a founder who bought a position, right, and has done nothing, absolutely nothing, what is their compensation in 6 months or in 12 months? Will they be having any kind of benefit or monetary or commissions that they receive?
Wow. I'm not even sure where this question is coming from. But I'm sure Marty has some ideas. Okay. This is the thing, right? As I mentioned, every single account in OnPassive is valuable, right? If we are going to be in the 0.1%, no, 0.1%, okay, that's what that is. It means that every single one, even someone who's, let's say not a true believer, they're in, but yeah, I don't know, but I know what, just in case, if by chance, right? So I'm sticking around anyways, I'm going along for the ride, right? Because the CEO made it so easy. Now, if he had made it $10,000 to become a founded member, people pay a lot more attention than they are doing. But $97 for some people, not for everyone, but for some people, not a big deal, okay, for some folks. So therefore, they don't treat it with the respect that it deserves, okay? Because if I have a multi-million-dollar business in my hands, you're going to believe I'm going to be treating it with some respect, right? So every single account, I believe, has that potential. Every single account has the potential. I'm not saying that it's going to. I'm not saying that it's guaranteed. I'm saying it has the potential. In life, there are some people who have great potential and it never materialized, right? They actually die and bring all that potential with them. Okay, so not because something has potential means that it will materialize. Okay, but every single account that's in OnPassive, okay, as a founded member, okay, I can't speak for the resellers that's going to come down the road. Okay, I'm talking about we who are founders that are in right now. Every single account has the potential to be $1 million account. Why not? Okay, why not if this company. Okay, thanks for sharing.
Hold on, Michael. Hold on.
Yeah, it's gone.
Got it.
Oh, fun, yeah. I know. It's gone. All right. So, every account has that potential. Okay. Now, it doesn't mean that it's going to, maximize its true potential, right? You understand? I hope everyone's getting what I mean. Okay, but the potential is there though. Okay. Because it's all about making sales. If we can just get that and think, you have an automatic way of generating sales, okay? Automatic, meaning you could be sleeping, right? You could be on the beach somewhere. You could be with your family having dinner, okay? And you're able to generate sales, right? Because you have the AI, you have the technology, you have the system being worked 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. That's what you have. That is called a machine, okay? The machine does not sleep. So if you have that, right, and it's just pumping, not slowing down, it's only going to get better and better, by the way, okay? Right? That's what we talk about AI being machine learning, okay? It's going to get better as we go along, right? So that potential is there, right? So if someone happens to be sleeping, they may actually wake up. It's like, oh, wow. Right? It is possible. Okay, now will I leave my chance to fate? Absolutely not. right? I'm going to do everything that's in my power to contribute, to help, to ensure and guarantee my own success. Okay, that's what I'm going to be doing, right? And I would encourage others to do the exact same thing. Why not? Because the company's making it so easy for us. Just plug and play. Just point somebody to a domain name. Are you kidding me? Right? Okay, if I had a 2-year-old, he or she would be able to do just that. Okay, point someone somewhere. Okay, it's going to be simple, folks. Right? But the bottom line is we can't, make a projection because it's just speculation. It's just guesswork, right? It doesn't really mean anything. To me, what's more meaningful is that the value that's being generated, that's being created by this company is so great that it forces you to succeed. And that's why we can confidently say that whatever your income goal is, as long as it's realistic, okay? Don't tell me I want to make $1 billion a month, okay? No, if it's realistic, right? And what do I mean by realistic? Let's say I'm used to making $50,000 a year. Okay, so that's a realistic place to start from. That's a realistic place to say, you know what, if I can replace my full-time income, that's a realistic place to start. Maybe I make $2,000 a month. Hey, that's a realistic place to start. That's starting, folks. Then you go beyond that over time, okay? As long as you're making sales, and the more sales you make, the more money you're making, right? So as far as 6 months, right? People are going to be fine if they're paying attention. Okay, if they're paying attention, they're going to be fine. 12 months down the road, they're going to be even more fine. Okay, they're going to be finer. Okay, and if we can just have our folks stop trying to share screen and stop trying to screen record and stop doing all, just pay attention. You see what I mean? This is why I say that not everyone is going to have their full potential materialized because some folks cannot follow instructions. Okay, it is what it is, folks. Okay, but the bottom line is what we have in this company is unbelievable. You've never seen it before. You'll never see it again. And you get to say that, yes, I was a part of that. Okay, so 6 months, 12 months goal.
Good morning, sir.
Just know that you're going to be fine. It's not the time for you to be speaking, sir. Not the time. Thank you. Okay.
Good morning.
Michael, thank you so much. Do you need to finish the thought or?
No, we're good.
Perfect. Michael, this is, I like to kind of share this thought really quick, how I'm going to use my example, treating this as if it's my own business, right? Because I'm treating this as if it was my own business. I do whatever it takes to get the customer started, to get the customer line up in front of my door. Once I open the door of my business, there is a ready customer coming in. That's one of the reasons why I continue to share as much as I can, as much as I possible to be able to do that. Because think about this, the people that you are inviting in on passive, those will be your very first customers to your own business, right? When your business open to the world, your founders, the people in your team, in your organizations, those are going to be your very first customers. And that's one of the reasons why these webinars we put together so that you could share it to all your customer. Imagine, let's say that you have an organization. I'm going to use my example because Chris mentioned today that I have crossed that 1,000. That 1,000 people in my organization has committed to me, my organization I'm talking about, saying, Julie, I am committed to you. I'm paying that $97. I can't wait till the products to come out for me to purchase it. Is that a correct way of thinking? Is that a way of how I approach my business, Michael?
Yeah, absolutely, Julie. And someone keeps messaging that the host is asking people to unmute for some reason. So make sure we know who are the co-hosts. So, people that are capable of doing what they need to be doing. Okay.
1 second, Michael. If everyone could please mute yourself, because I think the co-host try to mute them and then it's automatically asked to unmute. So whoever that co-host is, you could please leave your hands off of the panel, please. And then the people that planning to share screen, just put them back in attendees. Thank you so much. Go ahead, Michael.
Yeah, so I mean, you're absolutely right. Like, we have to treat On Passive, you know, as our own business, right? Because it is, right? Remember I said earlier, the company is not trying to, you know, promote On Passive, right? Like that's not it, right? The company wants to promote every single one of us, right? It doesn't matter if you have team, no team, you're Lone Ranger, you have a gazillion, it doesn't matter. Every single one of us, the company wants to promote us, wants to make us the hero, okay? So it is your business, right? When your domain is set up and your business is up and running, okay, the sales are coming in, your business is generating that sale, okay? Right, just that the products that you're selling, they're powered by On Passive, okay? And that's okay. You know, we can go on one of those platforms and we can start sell other people's products, right? Okay, we didn't create it, but we can sell it, right? And so here in On Passive, we as founders, we did not create the products then, okay? But we can certainly sell those products, right? And On Passive is giving us a simple way, okay? A simple way of being able to sell those products even while we're sleeping, okay? Because that's important, right? That's how you can get true wealth, is being able to multiply, right, your time. Okay, multiply your time, meaning the things that can be done with your time are multiplied without actually you, you know, spending that time doing it. Okay, and that's where technology comes in. For example, if I wanted to send out messages to every one of you on here for the next 365 days, as long as I have your email address, I can do so without me lifting a finger. Once I set up all my letters, them, etc., put into an autoresponder, and I walk away. Right? And every single day you'll get a message from me, every single day, like clockwork. If I want to do that for the next 10 years, it would happen. Unless you unsubscribe, it will keep on sending you a message every single day. I'm going about my business. That's technology, folks. Okay? That's technology. Technology can do that. So we can program technology to do exactly that. Okay? And that's part, you know, it's a tiny little thing I'm explaining, but that's part of the process in what, you know, we're going to have. We're going to have a business that is running like clockwork. People got questions, the chatbot can answer 70% of the questions. You understand? So that's going to make our business more efficient. That's why somebody out there who has a business, okay, and they come to On Passive will be able to help them, you know, to be more effective and more efficient running their business. So win-win, folks. That's what we're saying, that we're not competing against other companies. We're not going to be getting rid of these companies. All these companies are going to be going bankrupt because of On Passive. No. Okay, On Passive is going to help those companies be even better than what they're doing. Okay, and that's a good thing, right? That is a good thing, and that's how you're going to make true wealth because of that model.
Thank you so much, Michael. I'm sitting here listening to what you're answering, and I look at my notes. It's not coincident that we talk about the importance of our business in the section of compensation plan, because everyone wants to hear the compensation plan. And here we are communicating with everyone the importance about us focusing on our business. So let's everyone, please, it's not just a $97 expenditure. If you're really looking at the bigger picture, you're gonna see that this business that costs you only $97, but it could be, or it's already, I mean, personally, be multi-millions dollar business. So if you can think that big, you would put your effort and the importance of this business, of this time for you to focus on this point on. So I think it's really cool that we talked about the importance of our business in the compensation plan section. All right.
And one thing, Julie, is that, you know, the money part is taken care of. Like, this is what, I know people want specifics and, you know, dollar amount and percentages and all these things, but trust me, right? Those are things that you're used to, right? You know, I join a company, I know, okay, there's, you know, 6 level, 5 level, 20 level, whatever, right? There's this percentage, that percentage, blah, blah, blah. I make $1 for this, $5 for that, all these things. Okay, these are things that you're used to. right? Now, what you're also used to is failure, right? You know, most of us have joined companies, businesses, and we fail. Maybe make a little money here, a little money there, but fail, right? So we don't want to have something that's like what we're used to. Like, you see the sense in that? We don't want to have something. We don't want unpassive to be something that we're used to. Because if unpassive is something that we're used to, guess what's going to happen? We're going to get the same results that we are used to, right? So the failure after failure after failure, that's what would happen on passive. So unpassive has to be a paradigm shift. Unpassive has to be something different. It has to be revolutionary. You understand? It has to cause change, right? So that way we're getting new results, different results. This is why everyone that comes into unpassive will win, because it's not like what we're used to. It's not what we had before. It is completely different. But the money part, it's taken care of, right? Folks who saw back in the day, you know, an example, right, of the potential, right? You know, remember those 4 packages? Okay, people saw an example and people loved that. And then we're told, guess what? What we actually have is even better than that. So if I've seen something and I love that, right? Let's use a car, okay? Wow, this is a beautiful car. And then somebody says to me, guess what? If you love that, I have something even better than that for you. Are you not going to be excited? Or you say, no. I don't want something that's even better. Just give me what I've seen with my 2 eyes. No. You're going to want that thing that is better, that car that is better than what they're showing you right then and there. Most people anyways, right? Some people say, no, I'll take it. But the majority of people, they're going to want what's better. And that's what we have in unpassive. That's why we don't worry about the money part. Because folks, if you truly understand the money part, you probably have a heart attack. Okay? you would definitely lose your mind. Because people don't get it. It's like every account is a winner. Every account has the potential to be an automatic internet millionaire account. Like every single account has that potential. Folks, you're not getting it, right? This is why some folks do what they need to do to maximize their potential, okay? Simply because they get it. They get it, right? This thing is brilliant, right? Mr. Ashmafar is a genius. There's no doubt about it. Okay? None whatsoever. Okay. Anyways, back to you, Julie.
Absolutely. And another thing that I also like to mention too is that you really have to know why you are doing this, right? You probably put all your love and effort into share unpassive, but do we know the purpose, the core of why we are doing it? Some of us maybe just, for example, I'm going to use my example. Why am I doing this? Just so that all the worries can be removed, so that I can focus on raising my children, right? Or focus on traveling the world, exploring the world, right? So you gotta really focus on why we are doing this. And then from that on, we gotta expand it out. Like put your dreams down, make it bigger, dream bigger. So that's something that I also like to add on there. If you haven't done so, put down, why am I here? Why am I waking up every day thinking about unpassive? Maybe if when you do that, you would inspire other people doing the same thing because you truly know what your why is.
Well, right? Everyone has a passion in them, Julie. Like every single person. I don't care who you are. Maybe you haven't thought about it, but everyone has a passion. Everyone has something. If people said, listen, if money is no longer an issue, okay? You don't have to think about money. You can do whatever you want, right? What would you actually spend your time doing? What would you want to do in life, right? And you'd be surprised what people come up with. And most people are not doing that because the cares of life got them down. People are so busy, right? And caught up with just everyday things. They get up, got to go to work, they come home. By the time they come home, got to get some dinner, take a shower, repeat and they're just going around. Weekend comes, they can't even really get to relax. Got to do some grocery, maybe do some cleaning. You understand me? people are busy. You got children, you got to take care of them. You understand? People get busy, and it's like that probably from the age of 25, come right up to 65, and now 70 is the new 65, and pretty soon 75 is going to be the new 65. You understand? People are literally working until they die. That's not good, right? That is not what life, is about. It's not that, okay? But people have things that they're passionate about, right? And so part of what OnPassive is doing is to reignite that, is to help people get back to their, the first love, let's call it, right? Whatever they're passionate about, to be able to do and really make a difference, right, in society. Can you imagine if every single one of us, right, every single one of us are able to make an impact in our community, never mind on a global scale, because indirectly, we're actually affecting the globe because we're from all around the world. But if each of us could just make a little bit of an improvement in our local community, it's a massive difference, right? And that's what OnPassive is going to allow us to do, right? So if people can just focus on that, understanding that, yes, you know what? If money was no longer an issue, this is what I would want to be doing, right? I want to, maybe build a nursing home, maybe be able to pay the nurses that are inside there to really take care of the patients, so that they love coming to work every day, right? Instead of paying them the peanuts. So there's like, they just don't look forward to coming there, because there's some people who are nurses who actually want to be nurses. They're not doing it because of money. They actually want to do that. You have some teachers that actually love teaching. They love seeing students shine, right? They enjoy that. And of course, you have some that are just there for a paycheck. I don't want a teacher who's just there for a paycheck to be teaching my child. No, you understand? My child is not going to get no value out of that, okay? But if you have someone who's passionate and actually care, right? My grandmother was a teacher, and she was someone who put it all in. She gave them every bit of herself, right, while she was there. You understand? That's what we want in society. If someone comes to your home and they're coming there to, fix your plumbing, you want that person to be there because they actually love being a plumber. So they're not coming there to rip you off. You understand me? They come to take a look at your house and say, this is a nice home. And so the price goes up, right? You understand? You want people to be doing what they're actually passionate about, okay? And the OnPassive, I believe, is going to help people to do just that. Why? Because money will no longer be an issue.
Absolutely. Thank you, Michael. I do know that there are some folks in Asia, especially in Vietnam, are listening right now. And to my understanding, OnPassive.com in Vietnam is completely blocked. Therefore, they don't see the information. I like to take this opportunity to shout out to those folks, is because a year and a half to 2 years been working with them. What we will focus on, it's not about the product, it's not about the technology, but what we've been doing was talking about the values, the mindset, and even they don't see the information. And I'm speaking directly to them. However, I do know that there are other areas in the world don't get access to internet at all. However, the community, growing, the people are inspiring, coming in to share, especially Papua New Guinea too. I mean, there's no Wi-Fi, there's no technology out there, but they're still doing it. It's because some of the leaders that are working directly with them understood the values of OnPassive is offering, and understand about the business that we are involving. So I like to take this opportunity to shout out to all the leaders who currently working with team. I mean, there are so many leaders in OnPassive working behind the scenes that we don't even know them. Those are the diamond in the rough. And so whenever there's a chance, if you could come on to webinars, please say hi and just introduce yourself to the community, because it is really important for you to come up and show up and say, this is what we did. Share your ideas, share your values that you are currently working with your community. Michael, we've gone a little bit over an hour now. Do you need to take a water drink, and then we can go directly into driving traffic?
too fired up, Julie. I don't need no break. Let's go.
Perfect. Me too. I don't need a break. All right, let's go into traffic section. All right, there's questions that I think it's important, but some of these questions really kind of your thought or your ideas. So I'm just going to read it off. The very first one is, will we only receive traffic on the products that we are paying or activated, or will we getting traffic from all the available products? I know we won't get to access the commission, but will we get the traffic?
And the answer is yes. We're the traffic is coming. We don't know what the customer is going to purchase. Okay, so the traffic meaning that potential customer, that visitor. Okay, so that person comes to your site. You don't know what they're going to purchase. So that traffic represents everything. Okay, whatever we have available at the time for customers to purchase, right, will be available to them. Okay, so when they come, they can buy everything, or they can buy a few, or they can buy one. Okay, so that's what the traffic is. Okay, and they're correct in that, if I don't own a particular product, then yes, I still get the commission. I just can't withdraw that portion of the commission, okay, until I actually purchase that particular product. But the good news about that, though, is that I can actually use those commissions that I can't withdraw. I can actually use those commission and purchase the product that I don't have. So it's just a win-win, folks.
Thank you, Michael. This question is not really important, but since it's asked, I'm gonna ask anyway. How many OnPassive paid founders are currently there? We've seen the number of founders changing lately. How much traffic can it come on the first month, and how many dollars can be earned? I guess we don't need to spend a lot of time on that, but yeah.
Well, let me get my crystal ball. Where is it?
Yeah, I'm waiting for this answer, Mike. Go.
I knew that was your question. I knew it was you, Marty. Yeah, so as far as paid founders go, the majority of the numbers that we see are paid founders, okay, but dependent are also included in that. So there are some, whether that's 10% or so that are not paid, or even less, right? The point is, we know we have at least 1 million paid founders, okay? So, the number is irrelevant, right? All you need to know is that you have paid, right? You are a paid founder, so therefore you're going to win. That's all that matters. If someone has a pending account and they haven't paid for it, guess what? They're not going to win. So if they don't want to win, right, we can't force them. And as far as how much traffic, well, if it's from an individual standpoint, people will be able to buy as much traffic as they want. Okay. And when we're talking about traffic, we're talking about paid traffic. That means the company can purchase as much traffic as they want to purchase, right? So, there's no limit. If I want to go spend $100,000 on traffic, I can, right? There's no limit. You understand? 10,000, 5,000, whatever number I want to spend on traffic, I can do so, right? So that part of it, I'm not quite sure why the person even asked that question, but as far as how much money you're going to earn from that, again, we don't know, simply because you can't tell. If 10 people come to my website, how do I know which one is going to buy? I don't know, right? That's why I don't prejudge people, right? It's just like when we're getting founders. Someone says, well, okay, I'm not going to talk to Dave because I know Dave's not going to be interested. How do you know he's not going to be interested? Just put it in front of him and see. You never know, right? And then the one that you think is going to be interested, they didn't even join you, right? They're still out there saying whatever. You understand? We don't know. So traffic is just that. It's traffic, okay? But as the tech gets better and better, the traffic gets more and more targeted, all of that stuff. And so therefore, sales will increase as a result of that, okay? But we certainly don't know. I could get 100 people coming, and Peter gets 100 people coming to his side as well. Okay, not the same 100, but maybe 30 from my 100 will buy. Maybe only 3 from Peter will buy. Maybe they don't like Peter, I don't know, right? But if they're in love with Peter, maybe 100 of them will buy, right? We don't know. But what all we need to know is that we're gonna have the traffic. It is guaranteed, all right? And as long as you have traffic, that's how you make sales, okay?
Absolutely. Thank you, Michael. All right, the next one is, do we understand correctly that we will have TV commercial running in the US in November and also in around the world for our big marketing announcement happening?
Well, why don't we wait? Why don't we wait and see for that one? Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. Right. Let's just wait and see what it is that we're going to have. I just know that the next 70 plus days or so, these are exciting times, folks. If people are not excited at this stage where we have, okay, I can understand. Maybe you weren't excited. I don't know, 3 years ago. Maybe you weren't. I don't know. Right. But come on, at this stage where we at, how far the company has come, right? You gotta be excited. Like every day should be an exciting day for you because of OnPassive, regardless of what else is going on in your life, right? When you come here, when you come to OnPassive, when you log into your back office, when you go into O Network, right? You come on a webinar, you should be excited. Why? Because this is your financial future, folks. Right? This is what's going to make life so much easier for yourself, your family, and generations to come. So why wouldn't you be excited about that, right? So, as far as TV commercials go, I would assume that TV commercials would be part of our marketing strategy. Whether that's November, whether that's next November, whether that's the November after that, I believe it's going to be a part of the strategy, okay? But time will tell. We'll just wait and see, folks. That's all.
Perfect. Thank you, Michael. All right, this question is directly to you personally. I would like to know from Michael, other than him using his email list and buying additional traffic, don't know if you're buying additional traffic, what other methods will you be using to market OnPassive when we go live?
Okay, well, obviously as a marketer for a number of years, surely you have a list. I'm sure, all those, Marty, Dan, Mike, and others who have been marketing for a number of years, I'm sure they have a list as well, right? Because that's the thing you do, right? So yes, you're going to have that. So you're going to turn to that list and you're going to share information, about OnPassive, of course. You're going to buy additional traffic. I believe that's the easiest thing that people can do. Like so many people, they want to be marketers, they want to learn this, that, all this fancy stuff. I'm like, why do all that? I'm going to go to a source that I can trust, because a big part of marketing is trust. It's to find vendors out there, it's to find resources out there that you can get good, real traffic from, not some bot that does it. Yep, you got 1 million views, 1 million clicks, and it wasn't real. Okay, you want to get it from good source, and then you have the other sources that's going to charge you, through the roof. Okay, you won't be able to afford it. So my personal thing would be to go to OnPassive. Why would I not get the traffic from OnPassive? Because OnPassive is a name that I can trust. I can count on OnPassive's traffic. I can count that OnPassive is not going to try and rip me off. They're not going to charge me some, exorbitant price. You know what I mean? So that's going to be my main source, is going to be traffic from OnPassive. Now, outside of that, there's lots of things that people can do, right? I mentioned earlier, if you want to go make up a million flyers, and just, get your kids them to go door to door, drop them off, whatever. Or you can go through your post office and have the post office put them in people's mailbox. There's so many different things that people can do. Anything that's going to get your site noticed. You can make up business cards, and anywhere you go, you're just handing out cards. You don't have to say nothing to anybody. Here's a card. On the card, you're just going to have something that's, crafty. You know what I mean? Are you tired of being broke? And then you just have your website. Right? It's simple stuff, folks. Right? It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Okay. Simple usually is better. Don't try to complicate it. Okay. Keep it simple. A lot of these questions is because people are trying to complicate this business. It's a very, very simple business. Now, the mechanics, how it works, what's going on in the background, that's not simple. Okay. But from our perspective, it is simple. This is why we say all you have to do is get in, right? So it's simple, right? Everyone can do that. But not everybody can be some data scientist. You know what I mean? Not everyone can do that, right? But there's lots of stuff. You can go get your own commercials. You can contact your own media. You can, there's lots of stuff that you will be able to do. But my number one source, okay, will be to just buy the traffic from OnPassive. Why? Because I'm trying to minimize my time. I'm not trying to spend more time. I'm trying to bring that down, right? So I can just take some money, get some traffic, and I go about my business. I don't have to worry about it, okay? So just keep that in mind. But that's my thing is, yes, I'll be using my list, and yes, I'll be getting a lot of traffic from OnPassive, but there's other ways and means. Word of mouth, you know what I mean? People are gonna know what I'm doing, right? And guess what? People are gonna know what you're doing, especially when people start to see some changes in your life, right? Oh, where you get that new car from? Oh, why are they moving? Where are they moving to? Why are they moving? You understand, folks, right? Things are going to happen, and people are going to look, because that's just how we are. That's how people are. People look at materialistic things, and that's how they judge people, right? You used to drive a little clunker, and all of a sudden now you're going down with a SL 500 Mercedes or something, right? People, whoa, wow, whoa, what's going on for that person? What are they over there doing? Okay, let's see how many apples right, they have stored in their garage, right? So, people will judge you by that, and that's fine. That's just how life is, right? But that alone will garner a conversation, right? Oh, I didn't notice you at the Kism game before. Now I see you every day. You're at your children's game. Every day you're at the different school activity. You know what I mean? Right? Oh, now you can make church, 3 times a week now. Before, we never saw you in church, once a month, right? Whatever the case may be, right? People will notice changes, positive changes in your life. And that in turn gives you an opportunity to just say, well, you know what? Are you tired of being broke? Here you go, right? Simple, right? And you can come up with some other catchy line that you can use, all right?
Perfect, Michael. Thank you so much. Marty, I noticed that you have your hand raised. I have one more question. In this part, would you like to address your hand raised, or should I ask the question?
Well, I just wanted to add with what Michael's saying. This is the easiest platform to talk about and to build any type of business. Trust me. Think of the free versions. You can have people join you in ONET. Let's chat here. It's a safe place. There's 1 million people here. You get 3, 4, 5. All of a sudden, you got 100, 200, 300. They're in your team forever. They're walking through the mall of OnPassive. Eventually, they will buy something. Stop trying to get the apple at the top of the tree. The ones that fell off just now, they're good to eat. Go for the low-hanging fruit. There's no reason to kill yourself. The other thing is, and I've said the same thing as Michael, don't go out and be a marketer. You never liked it. You sucked at it, or you wouldn't be here. What you want to do is pay the company. You got extra money, give them more money to give you more traffic. It's that simple. No doubt about it. That's what I'm going to do. That's what a lot of people are going to do. I have other things I want to do because I market. But if I found this 15 years ago, are you kidding me? I mean, just go in and say, Mr. Mufareh, drive traffic here. And that's it. You have the best. You don't even have to think about it. In fact, if you're thinking about it, you're wasting your time. Remember, I see people asking questions even about how much am I going to make? How much am I going to do this? I've got a bet. Most of you here are the 98%. Most of you. That means you failed online. We made teams of thousands and we failed. Thousands. This company will set you free. And you can have fun doing it, which is even better. You can use money you made from OnPassive to create more traffic by adding more money to the kitty. It's so much fun. You can do, don't sweat the details. Details don't matter. Compare it to where you've been. You will be successful. There's a quantum leap right there. You will be successful. You're going to do well. When, how fast, nobody knows that. Nobody. You could get the same amount of traffic. You could get 50 people to your site, 25 people buy something. Michael could get 50 people to the site and 10 people buy something. It's just the way it is. But as long as they're coming, you're going to get traffic. As long as you get traffic, You're going to get sales. As long as you get sales, you're going to get commission. And then we win. It's win, win, win. But if you want to leverage your time, buy more traffic. I agree with Michael. It's the easiest thing you can do. Don't hurt yourself. Don't think about, and by the way, when they come up, you got a new car. Where'd you get that? I got it from that business that you told me was a joke. Now, I guarantee they're going to want to know how to do it. Is it too late? No, it's not too late. Here's what you do. Trust me, it's going to make a big deal because you could talk about what you got. You just can't talk about what you think you're going to get. You got it. You got it. And if I'm passive help you get it, you darn right I'm going to talk about it. And it's just word of mouth. We can have a lot of fun building a big business for your family. It's going to build anyway. There's no doubt. You don't have to do anything. But my God, if you want to cut back time, do it. Put more money into Kitty. Get more traffic to your site. It's that simple. I just wanted to add to what Mike said. That's all.
Thanks so much, Marty. I appreciate you adding in. It's very valuable what you both are sharing right now, is because these guys are trusting the men and the women behind the scene that are working, right? So first, I believe we all have to do is trust the people behind the brand on Passive. What are they doing for us, right? Trust that first. I mean, in my own opinion, this is like the easiest business that I ever been part of. I do hope that you feel the same. I don't have to really think about how this works. I'm just plugging in and listening in, right? So Michael, this last question, I believe, is for the folks that not truly plugging in when they said on Passive will drive traffic to my link. So their mind immediately thinking about Rotator. And the question is, if there is 1.4 million people have 1.4 million's website, how long do I have to wait for the Rotator to get to my name? Adding to that question, why do OnPassive keep updating their website every week, every 2-3 days? The importance of stacking the code. You could talk a little bit about that.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? I know people may have heard that term Rotator floating around, but get it out of your mind, okay? Get it out of your mind. It doesn't matter whether it's 1 million founders, resellers, 10 million, 100 million. Okay, guaranteed traffic means, you see, this is where we can use that word guaranteed, okay? The traffic is guaranteed. So when you purchase the traffic, you are getting that traffic. Just say you're not gonna, let's say it's 100 visitors. Okay, you're not gonna get 100 visitors, boom, in 1 second or in 1 day. Okay, it's not wise to do that. Okay, so that's, it's gonna drip on you. Okay, but so you don't have to worry about no Rotator and have to wait for my turn. You're not waiting for any turn. Okay, you purchased a product. Traffic is a product. You've purchased it, and so you're going to receive it. Okay, so you don't need to worry about that. You'll have to sit and wait for 10 days, 20 days, 30. No, I believe that you're gonna get traffic on a daily basis. Okay, it's just gonna drip on you. You get some today, some tomorrow, some the next day, and so on and so forth. So you're just getting a little bit, and it builds. If you feel, well, that's not enough, I want more than that, okay, go buy more. Okay, so get rid of the whole Rotator. Again, these are terminologies, terms that you're bringing from outside there. Don't worry about that stuff. Just know that you're getting guaranteed traffic, which means you're guaranteed a certain amount. Okay, so whether it's 100, whether it's 1,000, whether it's 500, whatever the number is, you're guaranteed a certain amount, and you're going to receive it. Okay, that you can count on. As far as the website, we're seeing these updated websites. Okay, so the old founders, right? Think of old founders as the training ground, okay, for our tech team, right? Our CEO says, we don't want to tell people, oh, we're going to do this, and oh, we're going to do that, and oh, right? What we want to do is actually do it, right? So guess what? Yeah, they know how to do one website a day, right? So they're going to do it. So once they've accomplished that, when we're saying, oh, guess what? You're going to have one website a day, it's because we already know that we can do it. It's not, well, let's try to see if we can do it. Maybe we can do it. No. So that's what O Founders is, or part of what O Founders is. Okay. And so that's why the team is ramping up. You know, now we're up to what, two a day, Mondays and Thursdays, we're getting a new website. Okay. And so that's going to pick up pace. Eventually it'll be daily. Okay. So that's why you're seeing all of that. So that is for when we open the doors and you have your domain name set up, here's your website, and now you're seeing one website. So customers come and they're going to be wowed. Okay. They're going to be like, wow, this is refreshing, right? I've never gone to a website, and every day I go back, it says something different. Okay. So that's going to pique curiosity. Like, why is that? How are they able to do that? Now, maybe I should take a closer look at this thing. This is amazing. You understand, folks? We have so much plus going for us to bring people in, right? This is why failure is just not an option. It just isn't. There's too many things. This is why, like, one webinar, like, we can be here all night just going on and on and on and on and on about OnPassive, because there's so much. And yet we're told that we don't even know much, right? But yet what we do know is already so much, okay? But again, put the worries aside, put the fears aside. You're going to win. Just hold on to that. Man, everybody wants to be a winner. No one goes into a fight and wants to be the loser. No one goes into a match and wants to be the loser, a game and what, you understand me? Everybody wants to win. People love to win. People talk, it's, oh, I don't really care about winning, blah, blah, blah. Sure you don't care about winning, right? People want to win. It makes you feel good, okay, when you win, okay? So guess what? In OnPassive, everyone wins. That's the difference, right? It doesn't have to be, well, okay, Marty's gonna win, but Diane is gonna lose. No, Diane's gonna win, Susan's gonna win, Benny's gonna win, Jennifer is gonna win, David, Donna, you understand, Gladys? Everyone is going to win. That is beautiful, folks. Okay, so start having that winning mindset. Start thinking and believing and trusting that you are already a winner. All right, because you are.
Wow, that's a wrap for all the questions that I have on my list. Thank you so much, Michael, for your time and your knowledge being here. I see that our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufareh, is in the house, and
well, we got to bring him on.
Yes, I'm apologizing. I was so focused on asking the questions, and I saw the text that you are here, but thank you so much for being here, Ash. If you are ready, if you could please unmute. I'd love to bring you on, Ash.
Really? You want to?
Oh my gosh.
I've been here.
Thank you so much.
I'm kidding. Why do you have to lower the bar? It was perfect.
Yeah. Here goes the neighborhood. Yeah.
The low-hanging fruit, huh, Marty?
Everything is good. Yeah. Thank you so much, Julie. No, I was listening from the beginning. I got the most part. I appreciate that. And thank you, everybody, for being here. Bit late, upside down timing. I also echo what my brother said in the beginning. Our condolences to the UK, and pretty much the whole world is a friend of the Queen Elizabeth. I believe she has no enemies. Probably everybody's a friend of her. So we all wish that on behalf of the entire OnPassive family, founders, staff, and management, all of us, we hope that she rest in peace. We planned to have a webinar earlier today at 3 p.m. It was unscheduled last minute. We got some exciting things we couldn't hold anymore. And we said, let's share it with the founders just about a couple of hours before the time. And then just minutes later, the news broke in, and we said we might leave it for another day out of respect. And here we are. We get another chance to meet with you. And I mean, I don't know how to add to what Mr. Michael Williams AIM added or discussed earlier, except I disagree with one thing. What you said, Ash Mufareh was a genius. You were referring was a genius. What about now? You said was a genius. What happened to me? So, and did you say the next 72 days will be exciting? That's it? All right, that's a start. How about the next 72 years
There you go.
or 720 years? I know you and I will be, you know, probably eating cherries in paradise, but somewhere. But definitely, this is going to be more exciting than 720 days, not and years. I know that for a fact. I don't know what to add. I mean, I think you nailed it. It's a good point what you brought up at the end. It's on passive and it's a vast topic. Like, what could you cover in short time? You literally could talk for days, and that's a good thing. That we don't have a little tiny niche that we are limited and cornered by. We have inventions, and the bottom line, I agree with him. We are winning already. We won the mindset, the hope that we all gained, the friendship, the unity, all of that. Put dot right now and keep this momentum and the ability to dare to think and dream. That's a winning mentality. That's enough. Now, but the mechanics and the details, they're just for me to age. Okay, I don't think you want to worry about those. Just relax. We got this, and it's all beautiful. And also, he talked about do it or die in the beginning, not do it and die. He said it's a mindset. It's a metaphor. It's not like do it and go jump. Like I'm not gonna do that or explode or something. No, it's basically I have no other plan. I'm gonna either do it or keep on trying until I literally die. That's like the only plan I have. And it's a metaphor for commitment and dedication. It's as you hear, for example, the military or those people on higher purpose, they have a good cause to fight for what they have, and they say they will pay the ultimate sacrifice for their passion or for their mission, whether defending a country or protecting society or something similar to that is my mission. I will pay the ultimate sacrifice. So if you're thinking, would Ash really die for OnPassive? Think no more. Yes. Okay. We have been very close to death, like, repeatedly. If you can do some quick math among the people that like us, do you think there are like a few they wish something not that nice to us? There are a bunch of them. And that's normal. I mean, evil exists. So there are people probably having a full time how to either shut down the company or harm us as people behind it, or at any level, or even just ruin and spoil the success that we're having. And that's fine. But when you're big, there's no chance for them. So tell them, go away, get a different game. That's not going to work. It's impossible. And it's a done deal. The bottom line is another mindset. It's a mindset. It's like, we know it's a hard shot. It's a long aim and might be so much in the way to get that target. we understand that, but we also have piled bigger preparation and bigger, a bolder mentality and personality that will conquer any of those obstacles, no matter how high or how aggressive they get. We understand at the end it's done. In our mind, it's done. That's what we mean. It's a done deal, is guaranteed. And I'm going to add always this piece. I do believe there is a higher power that is behind OnPassive. It's not about me or the few leaders that they're also giving their life to this, but I believe, you know, our creator is agreeing with it, at least, because there were so many reasons uh, to diminish what we have built before, you know, and every time he pick us up and we keep going. And we are at a point we believe only God can stop OnPassive. That's what we mean. It's a done deal. So don't think, yeah, even the website, let's say if it's late or a product launch or it's not perfect, we will revamp it or refurbish it. It's okay. Some of the rockets, you know, they fail 40 times and 200 times, and they don't give up. But at the end, they accomplish the goal. But we have higher purpose in OnPassive. The stakes are so high to keep on the fight, and we got used to it. It doesn't even affect us. The higher and the stronger the fight, the sweeter the victory. Obviously, we believe we are winning again, and there's no way to slow down. So think of it as done. Okay, it's just a matter of time, you know, to get to the way that you can comprehend and understand how things are connected together visually. And as he also said, that you know, we want to complete things before we bring them up. And the one website a day is a good example to that. So we're doing it in such a way that I wouldn't say as a company or somebody as a reseller, they want to market the concept. They will not say the company will be doing and then go and start hiring and training the staff and no, not this, not that, and then we deliver not exactly what we have in our mind. So we doing that at no cost for you as founder or founding members. What we did, we decided to do things then open to the public, and that's a part of the beta testing and the you know verification of everything. We validate every piece of what we do before we charge a penny or a dime. We're not charging at this point. What we decided to do is have it done, perfect it. We're happy with it. This is a check, okay? And you say, this company is giving me one perfect, gorgeous, world-class website, everything like you've never seen before. The quality, the design, the passion, the love in it, you've never seen anything that, and that is happening seamlessly. So do we wake up, we find that website? That's the OnPassive. We do the work. We do the invention, the training, the technology, the struggle, the overcoming those challenges, okay? Every day there are piles of barriers, okay? You see which one we're going to conquer first, but it's not like one open rosy field and just roll on the ground. No, that doesn't happen. That's not in our land. Every day is filled with obstacles and challenges, and that's why we call it OnPassive. You just piggyback on our shoulders. We do the work. We handle the heavy lifting. That's done for you, okay? And you wouldn't even do it on your own. None of you, I know, the level of our design, either just one item on the list, one website a day, this quality that you saw today, you wouldn't even, how? It's going to break you. Like, it's going to be so expensive, and it will take a long time for you. You're going to have a large team just to have a one website, and then go to the fact that you have to market it, have visitors go to it, and what to do and how you capture them. And if you can't do it in OnPassive, if you can't make it an OnPassive, I genuinely believe there's no chance for you. Period. As a friend, as a brother, I tell you, if you cannot make it in OnPassive, if you fail in OnPassive, I don't know if you're going to make it to 96 like the Queen, but they're going to start planning that funeral. Okay, just like no chance, period. Like, if somebody fails in OnPassive, they've got to be above average ridiculous. So, traffic wise, what we seen before is something you want to go away from it. Okay, if it was working, why would I reinvent the wheel? So you need to start thinking differently. Okay. Okay, so the one website a day, one a day, push failure away. All right, write that down. And that gorgeous website you saw today, the bigger the screen, the better the scene. Even if you have to go to your neighbors, if they have a bigger screen, you can see it on the screen. And make sure you click everything. Don't assume it's like the one before. Everything is different. This website that you saw today is perfect in Ash Dictionary. And I'm ridiculous, super picky. This website that you saw today is the best I've seen in my life. Start clicking on 1 million domain names today. This is the best I've seen in my life. Now, you've seen or many moments in your life you were happy and joyful, and you said, I wish this day would pause and will not finish, whether it's a concert, a celebration, or any happy moment in your life. This website, or the level of accomplishment with this website, I wish this will pause. That's a little bit intimidating when you start thinking, how can we top this? We create our own standards, and there is a new top every day. Okay? What's perfect for me might not be perfect for you. That's why we cannot rely on one or two. This could be the holy website for Ash, but for David, it's just a website. That's why we have to try to impress David tomorrow. So you will have many odds of attracting your audience. All right, so traffic, you've got to start thinking different from what you've seen before. We're not only I'm not following anything I've seen before. I just don't believe it's relevant anymore. Okay, there's some things you've just got to do them because they have a few followers, just because. All right, we are starting with guaranteed traffic, meaning purchased traffic. Okay, till we milk them out. Like, there's no more traffic in the market that you can buy. And we are already forming an army of agencies, if you wish, that will collect every piece of traffic, different sources, different demographic, etc. But the best traffic you will have results with is the traffic that OnPassive created. It's organic, it's fresh, it's on topic. What I mean by this, when somebody joins your business or buys anything from you or sign up just to attend your webinar or watch your new video on ONET, they click, they will be directed to the video, not to a business. They're not going to be confused. They will just put a username. Now they have an access. Next time, okay, they will not be required to do that. They will just click in. Though I didn't plan to give information that are either new or updates on this platform now, it might not be fair for those who are not around or not told, okay? But I have to be also accurate with the information I give you. So the corporate webinar, we were more free to give everybody equally with more transparency. What we're trying to do now is address those questions, but I want to focus more on helping you think differently. And once you understand, just like math, I don't know if you know math or any logic, all right? Once you get the concept, once you get the logic of anything, it's not the same answer for everything, but it's the same logic, the same base, the same foundation, and then you apply it and you can play with it. It's ultimately you will figure out the answer on your own. That's exactly what Mr. Michael Williams and Marty DeGarmo would do, because they don't necessarily know the exact detail, but they know the logic. They've paid attention enough to understand the structure and the articulation of our philosophy and our business practices, and based on that, they can give you the answer about any topic, even if it's a small detail. So I want to focus more on your mindset and how you think rather than specific details. Think of OnPassive is a more modern, unique, futuristic, disruptive way of doing everything and anything. That applies obviously to traffic. It's a big part of our business to provide traffic, okay? And it will not only be attractive for the individuals who want to promote something else or want to grow an OnPassive business. Not only that, there's no business or organization, no matter what it is, an event, nonprofit, anything, they need traffic. It's the live blood for businesses. And we wouldn't say we have traffic and just go and have solo ad or billboard and all of that. We will do that, okay? The billboard and all of that, but our way. Well, let me give you an example, all right? What you saw in Dubai, and now we're tuning it up, tuning the volume up higher, okay? You're gonna hear it louder, okay? Let me give you an example. So we're covering the entire city, given the community and all the visitors, and they are international, that something big is happening. Something big is coming. Pay attention. It's engaging, it's teasing, and it's piquing curiosity. You're not given everything at once. Now, they're in anticipation for the next piece of information. The next piece of information, you tell them one at a time. Don't expect we're going to market and give a presentation on Burj Khalifa, on the billboards, on this and that. No, that's just to give the glimpse. So you instill this in their brain. They go home or on the phone. What is this? They look it up, and now that is already in their subconscious, and they will let it go. Don't think that's how you're doing it. But when they receive an email or a text from Julie, oh, I already know that. That big company, everywhere I go, it's in the metro station, it's in the soccer field, it's in the hospital, it's up there, it's down there by the school, wherever I go. Are you talking about? Yeah. They are giving me this website every day. You don't do it? How much do you pay for? What do you market? You're the hunted, not the hunter. What do you market? And people are going to come to you because there's no way to get in. That nobody would have the link or a reseller or an affiliate link but the founders until they all get the products or to become resellers. Then they pass it on to other resellers. Do you understand this? So when we say the whole world is going to know your name, if somebody is, can I say, everybody's over 18, right? Not going to say it's profanity, but if somebody's a crook or a traitor here, passive, right? And there are. No, the world is not going to know their name. Or if they know their name, they're going to know their bad egg, okay? But who is not going to know Mike Ellis? Tell me from now and 20 years to come. Gurminder, Neeraj. Who's not going to know them in India and Japan? Who's not going to know Joyce or Julie, or who's not going to know them? At least a couple of thousand right here on this session. Who's not going to know their name? There might be people more popular in OnPassive, chances from the founders, the early bird founders, than CEOs of greater companies at the moment, because we will be the greatest. How could somebody be looking at OnPassive in a couple of years and they're going to use OBLES? They're not going to know Joyce Hicks or Chris Johnson or Peter or Lynn Nakamoto or you name it. How? Or Gladys. How? You see how the world is not, going to be able to, avoid or ignore the popularity and the exposure of OnPassive. It's going to be everywhere. So the example of Dubai, okay, so if you think about it, like the laser show on Burj Khalifa, along with what you've seen, that's dominant. This is, you will find this in Guinness Book if we want to, as a record. This is the most and the most expensive, or the biggest budget on a marketing campaign ever created by the company we're working with. Look it up. So it is the largest marketing campaign ever existed in any sector, done by any business, by any company. But that's one thing. Now that doesn't go away. We fixed it, we perfected it. Now it's going to be really shooting high. Now add to it other venues in Dubai. Just focus on Dubai. As unique as what you've seen, that's not something typical in business. Like, okay, you buy a click or a solo ad or traffic exchange or a banner. We're not doing that. I'm talking to you about Dubai. Okay, so you're gonna go now. the following marketing campaigns in Dubai, nothing that you're familiar with. If I tell you the name and what it is, it will be delusional. You think like, what is he talking about? But you're going to see them. We're going to go live, and you're going to show them to you. And you're going to say, what is this? You might think, how is this going to turn? Domination. Take over that. Take over that. Take over that. Now, it will be close to impossible for a person to live not only in Dubai, but in the country of UAE and not to know about OnPassive, if they're just like above 4 years or 5 years old. That's one market. This is not what we have. This is one. It's not the same in another country in Africa. It's not the same in the United States of America. It's not the same. So, and everything is being worked on at the same time, right now, as we speak. There will be almost like a museum for OnPassive. People will go and stop by there and will take their children to know about OnPassive. So that's what we talk about when we talk do it or die, done deal. The whole world is going to know your name, and the traffic is hard to tell you, you know, exactly all the campaigns, but I would say more than 95% you're not familiar with. You're unfamiliar with 95% of what we're doing. Why? I'm sure you know why. But I'm going to still ask you, why 95% of what we do you're not familiar with? Because you've never seen it before. It hasn't been done before. So we're creating events, stories, engagement, and bring in the whole world to give them that value, a new way to communicate. Every internet user or a mobile user needs an email address. You get it with your internet provider anyway. But to get the best email address, you don't have to sell that. Or the best email system, you don't have to sell that. You just want it. So that alone will bring, statistically, I believe, I have to look it up. The last count of Google, of Gmail, how many? The 1.5 billion. That's still the same. It didn't change since 2019. Okay, 1.5 billion Gmail accounts. I have several. I'm sure some of you have multiple, and some don't have any with Gmail. All right. So statistically, if you have something much better, head to head, Gmail to Omail, if it's much better, more modern, more AI driven, it does things that you love, and you know it's more fun and more attractive, head to head, but you get Omail plus. Statistically, I wonder why we wouldn't have at least 1.5 billion, if not just 1 or 2 billions, at least, for the domain name, for the email address. Don't want to talk about the domain name when you get it on your own domain. So statistically, 1.5 billion people are going to come, all right? For that. I'm not talking about how much they paid. So that will apply. So you create an event or a product that will be desired by the millions possibly by the billions. Some way, somehow, we will get a big crowd, even for free with us, and then they will see what's in there and buy something at some point. They don't have to buy all of them. I've been hearing the 25% and all of that. I was given an example, guys, about 25% will, like, let's say if we have 1 million people, you know, that will look at one event soon this year, we'll create an event, 1 million. I don't believe, okay, so 1 million people will subscribe to OnPassive. I don't believe only 250,000 people will buy something at some point from OnPassive entire marketplace. No, no, I believe more than 50%. If the founder position also just heard, you know, that, yeah, we have more than 1 million, obviously, okay. It is less than 1.4, the actual paid people, all right? But it's almost like that. It's about, right? So that's a contrast. Is it almost like 80, 90%? More than 90% conversion rate, meaning somebody got in, but they didn't pay. And all founders, and there's not much value if you're comparing that to OnPassive ecosystem. So if we maintain the same level, you're talking about 80, 90% easy. So if you have 10 visitors that will come to your webinar, 10, eventually 8 of them will pay you something. Should we focus on one topic and wrap it up? I don't know for how long you run, Julie, but I just want to be respectful.
Thank you so much, Ash. We have been here for 2.5 hours, but
I don't care, Julie. I want to be here longer. I'm kidding.
I'm very sure.
I want to wake you up.
No,
of
there
course.
are over
2.5
5,000.
hours? No break?
We've been here to almost 2.5 hours. But as you know, everyone is focusing on what
my wife is loading me up with drinks so I can stay longer here away from her.
We love that you are here. So everyone is prepared to be here. The number has increasing. There's more founders are waking up. There's more people waking up. So there's more. I'm very sure people would like to hear from you. And whatever that you share with us is whatever that we are open to receive. So we are here.
All right. You're the boss, Julie, Mr. Michael Williams, or Marty DeGarmo. You hit me. Anyone else? I mean, they're all leaders and heroes. Anything you want to hear about? Again, we don't want to make this as a corporate webinar. It's not fair for those who are not here. It's unplanned. But if you like to, you know, bring up a topic that is fair for us to discuss here, I'm okay with that. All right.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I do have one question that I thought maybe I should ask right now. It's really regarding to OConnect. We were given a date that OConnect would be over market value and ready to go.
Yeah.
Does this really hint the fact that we should be ready to purchase this product by then? If so,
the founders would be ready to buy it before that potential event. We're not going to announce it yet because the corporate has a certain way to bring it up. It's fun. All right. So let them do what they want to do and you're going to love it. All right. Now, that is when it's gone public commercially. All right. By then, you would have had the chance to purchase it, secure your place in OBS, OnPassive Business Solution, on the dashboard of OnPassive, put our founders to sleep, and you would have the link, and we will promote your link on the following days. And that's it. By the time the world wakes up to the first quake, is another quake will be rumbling and coming. Not going to be long. We'll get them tired. We'll get them tired. So let them be tired of success and something rather fresh. I mean, there's so much value that they would love. Like, is this real? They're giving us all of this for nothing. Okay. So a lot of people will be beyond wealthy, in my opinion, heart and brain. Okay. They will be beyond wealthy just from ONET and OMail, like the packages we have. Because ONET, it is free, but it's marketing. It's the law of attraction and bringing people. So take it that way. So it doesn't have to be direct advertisement. Click buy. You have join. You have 24 hours. You know, there's gonna none of that shenanigan we play. None of it. Okay, straightforward. This value is so good for you, and you don't want it, no problem. Like the fact when they ask about do I have to market? Do I have to invite? Do I have to share? You don't have to. So is success? Success is optional. I'm not going to shoot you. Become successful. Success is optional. And if you want to succeed more, do it. I mean, you wouldn't hold yourself doing it if you know what you're doing, if you believe in it. Okay, if you believe in what you're doing. And you, again, somebody has to have a brain, like a rocky, rusty, outdated mind to not to get excited about what we have. The biggest torture I have in my life, I have so much here and here, and I cannot tell you most of it. The biggest torture in my life. It's bittersweet, all right? It gives me the crazy confidence I have, okay? When I tell you done deal and all of that, I'm not worried about money, and but at the same time, it's unfair for you, not fair for you. You don't know what I'm talking about. But we read faces and you understand tone and tonality. And maybe that should give you a glimpse at least. Sometimes the unspoken words are more expressive. So I think you've come to know me enough and we've gone wild, okay? More than you think and wilder than anything you've seen. And that's the bottom line. So think of the best thing you have in your life right now. We're like 1 billion times better. If you can imagine that.
Beautiful. And I could totally see the torture that you're talking about, because you have so much that you want us to know, but you couldn't, or the timing isn't right. So, all right, let's do this. We're gonna pause because the previous 2 hours
Sure.
were to truly focusing on the founders, clarifications, the founders that are still sleeping. We're gonna take that and we're gonna share that. We're gonna have everyone broadcast it, share it as many places as you could. And then this coming next session is we're gonna have anyone who would like to ask intelligence questions. When I said intelligence questions, please focus on what is ahead of us, not what is already behind us, right? So we take this opportunity that our CEO is here to asking, the thoughts, the inkly thoughts that you are, I guess, speculate, or the things that we understood. We put together the pieces and then we wanted to know if it's correct. So those are the type that I would encourage everyone, if you are planning to ask the questions tonight with our CEO.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Julie. The way you're talking, and I know you're honest, you're going to tell everybody the truth right now. I know you nothing but honest. So she's saying intelligent questions. I totally agree. I love intelligent questions. Somehow, and the good news on the questions that you have here, I printed them. Okay. The good news, they don't have names. We're not going to say who they are, that they're unintelligent.
Well,
And you're making sure the next set will be intelligent. I'm just having fun, guys.
I know you are. I know you are. You know.
Okay, we got the answer.
Yes, yes. But
You're very sweet.
So can we grade it? So as they ask their question, can we say intelligent or not intelligent? Can we do that?
I'll do that. I'll do that.
Okay, I'll
Well,
have Marty grade that.
That's a creepy AI. If we start, if we program it to tell you stuff like that, people will be careful of what they say. Yeah.
Right. No,
Yeah.
I'd like to take this opportunity to just shout out to all the founders that responded to my.
So how many unintelligent
Okay.
questions, Julie?
There's none. I believe all
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
questions are intelligent. So
It's late. People should laugh. Take it easy.
I know. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and stop this recording, and then we're gonna start a new session. And if you do have